All right, thank you for joining us today for the GPAC postgame press conference. We have head coach Justin Wieck and student-athlete Charlie Katona from the University of Minnesota Duluth. The Bulldogs advanced to the championship game in the 2024 NSIC men's basketball tournament after defeating Winona State here today in the semifinal game. We'll start off with an opening statement from head coach Justin Wieck and then open it up for any questions. Coach?
Yeah, thanks. I thought just a great overall effort by our entire team. Especially our 5 starters. I thought we really rode them. I thought they were playing really well today, so rode those guys minute-wise. For us to shoot 58% against them, who one of the best defensive teams in the league this year, every year. Coach Eisner does a great job coaching and teaching defense, so every time we play Winona, we know it's going to be hard offensively. But I thought tonight our ball movement was awesome. 14 assists for us is a really good number. We were throwing it inside. Charlie and Austin were great down there. JB was athletic and electric for us. So for us to shoot 58% almost from the field is awesome. Defensively, we were really tuned up to start the game, which is what we talked about after winning on Saturday. So just happy for our guys to get a chance to come back and play in the championship game now for the 3rd year in a row, and going to play a heck of a team. But it's going to be should be a great matchup.
Coach, we talked earlier this week about you were really high on Lincoln and just what he gives you as far as being a lob threat. Mm-hmm. And I felt like that lob he caught kind of was a spark for your team. Can you talk about how maybe that play kind of galvanized you guys a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously lobs, we don't get a lot of those here at our level. So Lincoln has kind of turned into that guy for us. And it's nothing we really ever consciously worked on. All of a sudden, it just started happening in practice. But that's a pretty good idea. So, we've got such a unique 1-2 combo in there with Austin and Lincoln. They're so different. Austin is great low post footwork guy, and then Lincoln comes in 6'9", 240, lob threat, but also a rim protector, blocking a couple shots. So those two guys came in together as freshmen during COVID. They've been a 1-2 punch for 4 years and will be again next year. So having 2 guys you can go to, and it doesn't really matter which one's in the game. If somebody gets in foul trouble, go to the next one. Both those guys, I think, have been awesome for us. So to have guys off the bench like Lincoln, Maddie, Caleb hit a big shot for us tonight. When those guys play well, we tend to have pretty good nights.
This one's kind of for both of you. When Drew's cooking like that, how much does it just change what you guys can do offensively?
It's fun. When he's cooking like that, man, it makes everybody's job a lot easier. And, we all play better when everybody's playing. Like, when Drew can get to a step-back 3 and we're all just celebrating, we're enjoying what he does well. And I think it's just enjoyable. It makes playing a lot better.
Yeah, I'll just add on that. I've coached him for going on 6 years now. This is the best I've seen him play, quite honestly. And up until Christmas break, he was playing okay, but was struggling shooting-wise and numbers-wise. And we really broke down what kind of shots he was taking between me and him, and stats and film. And I've never really talked to him about that in the 5 years I've coached him. But he was taking a lot of tough three-point shots. And to his credit, he took it like any player, you hope he would. He said, okay. His response was about 2 seconds back to me, and he's been killing it ever since Christmas break. You look at his numbers down the stretch, he's probably a 50, 40, 90 guy, which doesn't happen very often. And now you get to this stage where I know he's got a lot of juice. He was Central Region Player of the Year on a different stage last year. He's played a ton of games in here. You can mix the bomb three-pointers and all that stuff is good, but, man, he's getting to the rim. He's getting fouled. He's become a 3-level scorer for us, and it's the most in tune I've seen him play. It's the most in rhythm I've seen him play. He's passing the ball with the way they're guarding. We hit these guys on short rolls, and he only had 2 assists, but probably had a couple hockey assists tonight getting that offense going. So he's just I love all of our guys, but he's a phenomenal player. Great person. He's leading the cheers in our women's game last night over there. They already told me in the locker room we're coming back again tonight. So he's a leader of our team, obviously from a point standpoint, but just the way he's been playing has been awesome. And hopefully I got a couple more games here to coach him down the stretch.
Charlie, being the defensive player of the year, obviously you hang your hat on it, but there were a few times I noticed that you were literally calling out to, hey, lock in on defense, lock in on defense. How much does that side of the game mean to you, and why do you take so much pride in it?
Yeah, I think it's really important because I don't know, from when I was young, I've always been told, there's two sides of the ball. And I believe that, our defense translates to our offense. When we get stops, we can get out and run. We can get in transition, and that's what we've kind of said this year is hey, tilted floor, let's get out, let's run. And I think that's where we're good. So when we get stops and we lock in, like the start of the game, we started out, up 10 right away. And I think that's a big piece of our offense, honestly, is just being able to play both sides of the ball.
And I'll add on to that for Coach Wieck, the hot start. I mean, you were up 20 midway through the first half. They got within maybe an arm's length, but you never really quite let them back in the game. Just what keyed that start besides the defense that Charlie alluded to?
I think we talked about it right away in the locker room Saturday after we beat Augustana. You come in here and play a conference tournament game in the Pentagon against Augustana. I knew our guys would be ready to go from the tip. It was a great crowd, great atmosphere. They had talked about it even going back to Monday. We're going to get a great crowd in there, and our older guys really enjoy that. But I was also quick to say, all right, it's going to be Monday afternoon. We have a great showing here. Winona, but both of us have smaller number of fans here. What team is going to come out with the kind of intensity that you need to try to get to a championship game? And we've been talking about that for the last 48 hours. Every time you talk about it as a coach, it doesn't always work. But in this instance, it did. And these guys really bought into that, obviously defensively, but running in transition, hitting buckets. And our guys are playing with so much confidence. We've won, 13 or 14 in a row, whatever it is. And you see guys like Jack Middleton just knocking down shots. He's playing like a senior on his last run. Drew obviously is. But Kat's doing it. JB's been electric here for 2 games. And you can just go down the list. So it was something we had consciously talked about after our game Saturday, and to our guys' credit, they were ready to go.
And then how do you replicate that tomorrow, third straight year in this tournament championship? I know you won it after the past 2 years.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a heck of a matchup. I got so much respect for that team, Coach Morgenthaler, the way they're playing. I think they're the best offensive team in the country, just 1 through 5, and guys that bring off the bench. Incredibly tough to guard. So it's going to be a battle, no doubt about it. But we talked about, again, after this game, we've been here now 3 years in a row. Last 2 years, we've gotten punched in the mouth the first 10 minutes of those games against Moorhead. And it's tough to come back. Like we saw tonight, it's tough to come back when you're down 15 or 20 in the middle of the first half. And to our guys' credit, the last couple of years, we fought back into it, kind of like Winona did tonight, but it's tough to get over that hump. So the challenge was to just come out and throw that first punch. But believe me, it's not going to be easy. This is two top 10 teams in the country, and I think they're as good as anybody in the country offensively. It's going to be a heck of a stage and platform for our league, and for what these guys and their players. They got good players. They don't talk a lot of trash. They're good dudes, just like our guys are. So it should be a heck of a matchup, and but that's what our guys want. We've been hoping to get a chance to play them again. We lost an OT at their place, beat them at our place, and now it's a chance for round 3. So we're not going to back down. They're not going to back down. It should be a heck of a matchup.
Hey, Coach, Charlie, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win. Good luck in the championship game tomorrow night. And, again, thanks for your time in the post-game interviews.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.